Hello everyone, I'm Nikita. In this session, we are going to take a look on how to create EC2 autoscaling groups. As the name suggests, autoscaling, which means it is going to autoscale or auto create the EC2 instances in our AWS environment. So as you can see, that EC2 instance is already visible in my console home. I'm going to just go and click on it. Scroll down in EC2 dashboard, go to the autoscaling groups, click on create autoscaling group. We are gonna name it as ESG. Since we have not created any launch template yet, we have to create it now. Make sure to open it with another tab. Then here we are gonna name it as test LT. Version you can keep it anything, so I'm gonna go with V1. Yes, we want guidance in setting up template. Go to the quick start. I'm going with Amazon Linux here. Then scroll down. Instance type would be T2 micro, which is free tier. If you don't have any key pair, make sure to create one right here. Then since I have already a key pair with me, so I'm just gonna go with that. Here you don't have to configure any subnets since we are going to set it up in autoscaling group. So yes, you have to create a security group here. I'm going to name it as test SG with the description allow access. Subnet is default. Don't forget to add the rule, which is very important. So we are going to have we're going to have SSH with 22 port range which can be accessible by anywhere, and also another group protocol, that is HTTP, since we are accessing through web server, which is 80 with port 80, which can be accessible from anywhere. Here in volumes, we have to make it as GP2. Then scroll down. Here in advanced details, scroll down. Here, user data. This is basically a script that will run when the instance launches. I do have a script right here. Okay. So basically this script is going to install web server so that we can host web pages, and then we are going to create a simple HTML page or index HTML, which is going to say hello world with host name or IP address. So yeah, this is about the user data. Then finally create launch template. So yeah, it shows that the launch template is created successfully. Now let's go back to the launch autoscaling group. If you just refresh it once, and yes, you can see here, this is just I had created for the demo purpose. Here the earlier one I created was test LT. Here the version is default. If you have a modified template, you might have to get a different version. So just select the proper version or latest version in case you're modified the existing one. So that's just a quick note for you. So now launch template is basically a primary configuration where uh, you specify what type of EC2 instance you want to set up. Now Autoscaling group is going to use this launch template to create the EC2 instance. So click on next, then you can select the default one, or if you have any existing VPC, but since I'm going with the default, it automatically shows the subnets under it. Choose all the subnets, then click on next. Since I didn't create any load balancer prior to this, I want autoscaling groups to automatically create the load balancer. So I'm going to go with attach a new load balancer. If you have any load balancer with you, you can go with attach to an existing load balancer. Next, I wanted application load balancer with the name a. This is the default one, which it already named it, but I want it as internet facing with HTTP port 80. Then here turn on the elastic load balancer health check, where this is going to check EC2's health check whether it is healthy or not. If it is not, then it is going to replace that EC2 instance with another. Here the health check is going to be 20. You can change it as you wish, and then click on next. Oh, oh yes, I forgot to create a target group. Yes, don't forget to create a target group here. So scroll down and click on next. So yes, this is the main thing about the autoscaling group. Here, this desired capacity, minimum desired capacity, maximum desired capacity. This is what autoscaling group reads the launch template. It knows like what kind of EC2 instance it needs to create and how many EC2s it needs to create, for what purpose. It will read these parameters, that is min, max and desired. This minimum desired capacity is how many EC2 instance you want. Minimally, I want just one. Maximum, I'll keep it as 2, and desired, I'll keep it as just 2. This will create 2 instances. Here I'm going with no scaling policy, but in case if you are interested in furthermore, then you can just define some policies you want. It will do based on the CPU uses. Suppose CPU usage is more than 70%, 80%, then you can also increase the EC2 provisioning so that this will create more EC2 instances for you. But for the demo purpose, I'm keeping it as no scaling policy. Then go and click on next. I don't want any notifications, so I'll just skip this and go to the next one. Here as well, I don't need any tags, so I'll just click on next. So this is the summary of everything of the 6 steps we created earlier. I'll scroll down and click click on create autoscaling group. So yes, here you can see that autoscaling group has been created. Now the key thing is it is updating the capacity. So as soon as you create autoscaling group, it will automatically start creating those EC2 instances based on the desired capacity. So I'll come back once this is ready. So yes, now our autoscaling group is ready here. The status is showing it has been updated. So let's go back to launch template here. Go back to the EC2 dashboard. Scroll down in load balancer. Click on it. You can see that it is active. We want just DNS name. So copy that link and go to the new tab, paste the DNS, hit enter. Okay, yes, this shows hello world from this IP address, from this availability zone. So now if I refresh, this is going to the second instance. You can see here, it's just keeps toggling between the two instances. So from this, this shows that our load balancer is now routing the request to the EC2 instances properly. So let's check few more things like how the autoscaling group works. So here we are going to manually and forcefully terminate the EC2 instance to know how this autoscaling group behaves. Let's go back to the EC2 instance. Okay, let's terminate one of these two. Go to the instance state, then terminate. Okay, so this is getting terminated. It might take a while, so I'll come back once this is ready. I'll show you the new one. So yeah, our second instance is ready. This is because in autoscaling group we have set the desired capacity to be 2. So if one instance is down, then it is going to simulate into the another instance. Since this is the reason we have the new instance here. If we go back to the tab, then try to refresh it. Now you can see that it is being simulated, traffic is being routed between the first and the third instance since I deleted the second instance. So yes, this is how the ASG works. Whenever you define an ASG for your EC2 instance, it will act based on the counts you have set up into the desired minimum and maximum. If you terminate or if any of the application is unhealthy, then it is going to create a new instance. So this is how we are going to scale the request which are coming to EC2 instance from load balancer. So yes, this is it for now. Thank you so much for watching.